Weekly client updates are one of those things that live on your to-do list, but that rarely gets done. It's Friday, you're exhausted, and the thought of having to go through all your active projects and remembering what happened during a specific week and then writing up an email to send to your clients feels like one task too many. But if your goal is to look like the professional that you are and send those updates to avoid those back and forth with the clients who is wondering what's happening on their project, and you want to deliver a top-notch client experience, then keep watching this video. I'm going to show you how you can build an AI assistant that is going to pull all the information and write a client-ready summary that you can quickly send on Friday afternoons. The tool we're going to be using is Claude Cowork. So if you aren't paying for Claude, it's not going to work, but you can also use ChatGPT. In Claude Cowork though, the benefit is that you can schedule a task, which means Claude is going to be working in the background. You don't need to be telling it every time what you want it to do, but ChatGPT will be able to do something very similar. Throughout the week, every time a decision is made about a project, or you have a meeting with a contractor, or something is getting done by your team, you're going to drop a note or a voice note or anything that you want in the format that you want inside this folder on your computer. And every Friday, Claude is going to go in that folder. It's going to pull out all the information of the things that happened during a specific week. And then it's going to build the client-ready summary that you can then review and send very quickly. You don't need to spend hours on Fridays putting together all the information. Claude is going to do it, you're just going to review it, and then you're going to send it, and that is it. Before we move on to the computer, I just want to remind you that this episode is part of an AI series that I ran through the month of June. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes, I suggest that you start here. There are lots of different things I'm teaching you with AI that are going to save you so much time in your business. And now, let's get onto the computer. If you don't remember how to create a custom GPT or a project in Claude, I suggest that you watch this video first because I'm not going to go over the same information in this one. I already created the prompt. As a reminder, you create the prompt by using the prompt engineer in ChatGPT. You can also ask Claude to help you build a prompt for a project. But here's the prompt that you have access to. It's in the description of this video. You have all the prompts from all the AI episodes that I recorded, so you do not have to create a prompt again. You're going to use Claude projects to schedule the meeting updates every single Friday. So go onto your computer. In whatever folder of your choice, you're going to create a folder for Claude, and mine is called the meeting updates. In this folder, I already uploaded 2 files in Markdown format. Remember, Markdown format is easier to read for AI because it doesn't have graphics, it doesn't have bold text, it's just plain text. So it's easier to read and it uses less energy. So I put 2 things. I put the transcript from one of the calls that we had with the clients on a specific week. And I also uploaded very quick notes that I wrote down about what was completed by the team on that same week. So if I wanted to send my client some updates, this is what happened that they need to know about. Every time you have something happening, a decision made, a call, whatever it is, you're going to drop everything in that. The other thing is if you have more than one active project, you could create new folders with the name of the projects and then drop those files in the relevant active project. The next thing we're going to be doing is go into Claude, into the projects, and we're going to create a new project, start from scratch. Again, you're going to go back to the prompt and you're going to copy paste the prompt that I wrote for you. And you're going to paste it in these instructions. Project location, you're going to go and look for your Claude folder, meeting updates. And this is the folder that I'm going to be using. Done. It's done. So the next thing you're going to be doing, you're going to look at this here. It says scheduled, set up recurring tasks for this project. So you click on the plus sign, create new task. It knows it's in the meeting updates. Frequency, weekly, every Friday. You're going to add a description and then you're going to hit save. So now it's scheduled and it's active, but now I'm going to ask it so you can see what it looks like to run it so that we see how it pulls the information together to create a weekly summary. I shared that prompt again here in a new chat because I wanted Claude to go through it now instead of waiting for Friday. And it pulled information from the transcript and my notes and it created an email that says, hey, hope your site meeting went well. Here's a quick summary of where things stand. Okay, then I would probably change this so it doesn't say that. Progress this week, the key decisions and approvals, pending decisions, current focus and next steps, important notes, action items. Of course, you can remove some of those things. It just depends how much information you want to share with the clients. But if it's just a quick update, you can refine the prompt so it just gives enough information for the clients to be updated. In my case, my client is a designer, so they will want a more technical email. But if it's for a client who just wants to know the update on their house, you can make this way more concise. And then I always told it to end with have a great weekend and your name because it's being sent on Friday. So from everything that you put into the folder, it creates this in just a few seconds. Now I ran the prompt with the files through ChatGPT and I want to show you, hey, I hope you had a great week. Here's the summary of the progress made on the project this week. We advanced approximately 80% of the construction packet, continue development and coordination, refine the guest bathroom design direction, key decisions, next steps, because this is in the prompt. So if you want something more concise, you can edit the prompt to give you the output that you want. Important notes or delays, action items. So this, you could decide that you're just going to remove it because there's no immediate action from your side at this time. Then have a great weekend and your name. So this is what happens when you're being consistent. You know, you went in a meeting and then you're just going to drop the transcript in that folder. Something happened with the team. They finished a set of drawings. You put a note, you add the transcript to the folder. It takes you just a few seconds. But then on Fridays, this is done automatically. In ChatGPT, you're going to have to do it manually, but with Claude, you could have it scheduled as I showed you. It's very easy to do. And then it means that every Friday, this task is scheduled. So if you go to scheduled, next run, May 22nd. Most designers think that staying on top of communication means being more disciplined, blocking time on Fridays, setting reminders, making yourself do the things that you keep avoiding. But that's not a system. That's just willpower, and willpower usually runs out. So what I showed you is very simple. You're going to drop the notes throughout the week as things happen. And on Friday morning, the work is already done. You don't need to think about it. And that's the difference between a system that runs with you and one that runs for you. You set this up once and the clients automatically receive updates that they're waiting for every single Friday, removing all the back and forth emails of wondering what's happening on their projects and whether you're even working on it. And that's what a studio that runs properly feels like. The next episode is the last in this short AI series. I'm going to show you how you can use your transcripts from meetings and calls to actually generate content ideas that will resonate with your audience. I'll see you in the next one.